All right, hey everybody, welcome to Trailer Punk Podcast. I am not on screen because I don't need to be. But ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Neutral Gray here from Troy, Missouri, my hometown. Give a name and what instrument you play.
Well, how's it going? I'm Nick. I'm actually the drummer for Neutral Gray here. And yeah, we've been going for about a year now. Let these guys go ahead and sit in.
I'm Dominic. I play guitar and I sing. I also write a lot.
I'm Connor. I'm bassist, backup vocals. About it.
And so, is there anything you want to promote before we start with all the questions? You guys shows?
Actually, we can go ahead. Yeah, we got this event tomorrow, actually Saturday, at Denny's, inside of Denny's, because it's going to be raining. And so if you guys are able to check that out, go ahead and check it out. I'm not sure if this will be up before then, but there's going to be footage. But yeah, if you guys are able to be there, go ahead and be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're raising money for No Kids Hungry. Last time we raised $545. This time we're going to have 6 bands for you guys, and we're hoping to raise a little more money. But it's not about the money, it's about having something for the community and the kids to do all through music. That's really about all I have to promote for now.
No, that's fine, because, you know, it used to be like the scene was like that, where most of the punk shows I used to go to growing up, it was like get in for canned goods. You know, you can bring like 5 canned goods and maybe a box of mac and cheese, and you get to see a whole lineup of bands. So you don't see that very often with bands now. Tell me what influenced you to kind of go in that direction when most people are just trying to get their money. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I was actually getting in touch with the Denny's manager, and she was the one who kind of influenced me, because she was asking if we wanted to just do a concert to kind of spotlight the bands, or if we wanted to kind of flip it and do something for the community and raise money for No Kids Hungry. Just happened to be the event. And we're actually talking about doing, what is it? Toys for Tots. We're doing it in December, I think, with Denny's as well. So yeah, look out for that soon. And then Food for All. We're going to be raising some food for them. It's going to like what you were talking about with canned food and all that. It's Winfield based. They're just like Buddy Bags in Troy, but it's Winfield. So we're going to do something with them too very soon. But yeah, it was the Denny's manager who kind of opened it up for us. Her name's Lacey, and main manager of Denny's, and she was the one who kind of opened the idea of raising funds, and we were all on board with it. And that's the first thing ever in Troy like that. We've never had anything like.
Where are we donating to on November 1st? We're playing at Ink Spot.
So Ink Spot, November 1st is going to be after a little skate park pop-up show we'll have. It'll be November 1st at Ink Spot Tattoo in Troy. And it's going to be, we're raising money / awareness for Bridgeway Domestic Violence Shelter. And you know, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it's right after Halloween. And we figured we'd just go ahead and do something for them, because we know that's a good thing to get people
for real.
on board with.
And you don't see that, again, like I said, you don't see that very often with a lot of bands. And it's good to see, especially because living out here, I've been here for probably about 7 years now, and going, man, I know there could be a scene out here. I know Dominic, you know, mutual acquaintances and everything like that, and so he was very much like getting involved in music and everything like that. So it's good to see like people taking steps to go and, hey, you know, we can not only do something for the community, but also build a following in such a small community. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention, we have a little organization we started called Rhythm for Relief.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's pretty much what we're doing already. We just decided to go ahead and put a label on it, and a mission statement and everything like that, an official Facebook page, and there's an Instagram page for all the people our age as well, if you're not on Facebook. But yeah, the Facebook page is really official. Every detail on there, mission statement, everything like that. That's where we're going to be posting all the shows and promoting that. Other than the Troy, Missouri group chat, it's on Facebook. It's called Troy, Missouri Music, and we post the shows there as well, just to get everybody updated.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Rhythm for Relief just started. You'll start seeing that more.
Yeah.
Cool. Give people kind of a bit of a background, each person. Just kind of talk about born and raised, how you got into music, kind of what popped your cherry, like what got you into music.
I'll let you guys go ahead and start. I've been doing a lot of talking.
Me?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Well, Dominic popped my cherry, really, because I was the original roadie and stuff, and they're like, we need a bassist, so I bought a bass, and he's taught me everything I know. And he brought me out of St. Louis, seeing all the shows. He opened me up to the scene and everything, and I really loved it. It's a really cool world that I'm happy to be a part of now.
What music were you listening to?
Just everything, really. Like, I don't even know. And
What would be like your go-to? Like,
I know.
this is what I can't stop fucking listening to.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
It's a bit different from what we play, but
I knew it. Yep.
he's the king of pop for a reason.
Yeah, cool. And what made you want to pick up a bass? Just Dominic's like, hey, pick up a bass kind of
Even
situation?
before talking to Dominic and them, I always liked the bass because like guitar's cool, but that's a bit complicated for me, and I'm not ready for all of that yet. But the bass, I don't know, I really like it brings the bass, I guess.
A little,
But yeah,
little
like,
funk, a little rhythm to
you
it.
really feel it. You feel the bass when you're playing, and it's just, I like the tone.
Do you think it had a lot to do with Michael Jackson, like listening to that sort of funky rhythm, that just heavy, crazy, funky, groovy bass that was like, that's it, that's my shit right there.
It's also in choir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did choir for 3 years in middle and high school, which definitely helped vocally.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked the ensemble singing. I like singing with Dominic.
And it worked for that bass part.
Was there anything that stood out that was like, when it comes to, because my daughter's in choir and it's kind of take it or leave it, was it just one of those moments where you're just like, okay, this is my shit?
Yeah, because like I've always loved singing. Like I'm the dude that sings in the shower and stuff. I'm always got music playing. I'm always singing. And then I was like, singing with other people, that'd be pretty cool too. Because I wanted to do band, but they didn't allow you if you didn't do it like the first year of school. So I was like, all right, choir, second best.
Sure, yeah.
And something really easy to get into. I didn't have to pay a bunch of money to buy an instrument or whatever, so that was nice. Just coming in, like, just the singing in a group, I find really beautiful. Like, I really like a cappella music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dudes called the Harvard Crocodiles. Those guys are really good a cappella group.
That's awesome.
But
cool.
Just,
Dominic, go ahead for it, buddy.
I started playing guitar probably 12 years old. I don't know, I picked it. I found one in my basement and just started plucking at it, and it took me a couple years to pick it up. But once I did, probably a year or two, and I started learning the entire Nirvana discography, the whole thing, every single song. And
Unreleased?
every
Find it
all
easy.
of the demos, all of the, I learned every single thing on guitar, some of it by ear, some of it on tab. A lot of it's really simple, I mean, once you get into it, but it was a really cool experience seeing, I sort of dove into how he wrote his songs and how he, like, I took a lot of inspiration from his singing too, and the screaming and yelling.
Sure, yeah.
After that, I started getting recommended shoegazy bands and a bunch of emo bands. And I dove into the old emo scenes, the 90s, 2000s, like second, third wave emo specifically.
Like American football and...
specifically, more like Captain Jazz was more first wave, but that's really kind of probably the first band I heard, and I was like, that's some crazy stuff.
Awesome shit.
And I dove into that, heard of like I Hate Myself, we cover their song, song 3 sometimes. That really inspired me, and it just went crazy for me.
Yeah, that's wild. And then you just really were, I mean, you know, I'm picking at you just because, you know, my wife knows your mom, and so there's kind of that sort of family dynamic in a way. But it was neat seeing you kind of grow up in that and taking notes kind of in the background because, you know, I know you through your mom, and I was like, oh, he's a musician, he's picking things up, and then she would kind of like give me progress reports on how you're doing, you know, and like what you've been listening
I didn't
to.
even know about
and
that. That's funny.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where it's just so cool to kind of, like, everything kind of gets wrapped into this nice little bow where, you know, now that you're finally on my goofy little podcast and everything like that,
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
No, dude, it's no problem, and that's kind of why I do this, is just because, one, it's a great outlet where probably, everybody that's listening to the podcast, there's buses and stuff going by, right? I don't mind doing this out here. But I really like when I was doing a lot of work with bands, it was just cool to sit and talk with them. You know what I mean? Where you can pre-shows, after shows, where you can just sit down and talk with them. I just really felt that sort of connection with them, and it just became like a natural thing to just kind of jump in and start talking with bands and get to know them and kind of know. And it's pure just geeky shit, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead now.
Oh yeah, we're okay. So let's start from the beginning of music because I've always been into music, always listened to it, you know, from as long as I can remember. But I started playing percussion in 6th grade, so you know I play like every percussion, a little bit of piano, a little bit of guitar, but that's recently. And let's see, all the way through high school, marching band, and yeah, just stayed on the drum set after graduation. So let's see, like almost a little bit over 10 years in total. So yeah, started on the drum set more with him. Like he said, we started covering Nirvana. He already knew it all, so I already listened to Nirvana, so you know I kind of knew it. But we just started playing it in my basement, like what, 6 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, before
the other
COVID.
day.
So like, crazy man, crazy.
How did you guys get to know?
Me and Dominic know each other since we were like 6.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Elementary school.
Elementary school, okay. Cool.
Elementary school roots,
Yeah.
and then actually me and Connor met in 6th grade because he moved here in 6th grade. So yeah, it's all really knit, like tightly knit, I would say.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah,
But
we've been hanging out with him for.
So it just
This guy
became
used to fix my
friends
basement.
into like band type
Yeah.
situations. That works. It works really well.
And
Always been friends.
it's not even just limited at the drums either. I'm all in all kinds of music, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't stop at the drums. I do some solo work as well. I'm not going to mention that right now. We're talking about neutral grade.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah. And I don't see me ever stopping. Never going to stop.
Yeah, don't.
I don't see neutral grade slowing down. In any of this scene, I just only see it picking up and building more momentum.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit more about me. I've been here my whole life. Never moved. Lived in the middle of Troy my whole life. So yeah, it's cool to see this scene finally picking up some
I lived
some
in
movement.
Columbia for 7 months.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's right.
That was a fun.
That's a learning experience, isn't
That was
it?
fun.
Yeah.
Especially on the music side.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
It was wild. Yeah. That music scene was something else. Like it's. We got some guy yelling up.
He's our biggest fan.
Yeah, you can come in if you want.
We're getting an interview later.
We're out.
Yeah, you can pop in. You want to pop in and say hey to everybody?
Yeah,
go
come say
for it,
what's
man.
up.
Can I show them the SSY Blaster 3000?
Go for it, man.
Here's a little,
Can I
little
say
Landon.
You can say it. No,
There you go.
it's a punk podcast. It's all good, man.
What is up, guys? This is my Pussy Blaster 3000. It is beautiful. There's no pedal on the left side though.
Don't need it.
Yeah,
We don't talk about it
He
though.
lives.
I can
He
fix
lives.
that for you if you need.
Really?
He used to fix my bike.
We'll talk about that another time.
Another
But yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Landon, our biggest
Our
fan,
biggest
Landon.
fan.
Biggest
at the
fan.
moment.
You've been coming around here for like 2 years now. Since you've been
Yeah.
walking the streets pretty much.
You know, now I got the Pussy Blaster 3000. Well, I've always had it, but never really.
Never letting it go. Is it part of you?
Yeah, you know, actually the handle, the pedal fell off this morning on my way to school. Go Pussy Blaster.
That's crazy, dude. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Tell me about kind of growing up in Troy, and did that in a way kind of affect your music style or just your connection with the community?
Well, honestly, there was like no music scene here at all.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Gotta drive to St. Louis.
And like I listen to everything. I was in jazz band in high school. You know, I like rap, I like jazz, I like pop. A little bit of pop. You know, I obviously like the emo, grunge, rock, all that.
Yeah.
I like everything. I like, you know. And yeah, there's literally no scene here before us. I feel like I know there was a band, Dead Format. They were here before us. They were little
True.
underground pioneers. They've been doing work.
I was always hearing about
No.
cover bands and stuff too, like the honky tonks here, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
Do you guys do a balance of covers and originals, or you just kind of what's your usual
I've been
kind of
leaning more
setup?
towards originals.
Okay.
Yeah, we throw covers in every
There's
now
like
and
a
then,
sprinkle, like for the bigger shows, we'll throw out the covers
yeah.
just because
Like
we
one
do
or
them well.
two. Yeah.
But
Never like never more than two.
like we only have a few covers we'll really play though, just because we do them well.
Sure.
And they're amazing songs.
Yeah.
But we have enough originals now to have a full set. Might as
Full
well.
set.
A full set of originals, we
Yeah.
have enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least 30 minutes. I mean,
That's good. And tell me about, we're set up in a pavilion. And it's kind of a weird, because Troy, there's really not a lot of venues to play unless
Yeah.
you're
Right.
invited to play at a bar, which, believe me, from my sort of,
It's kind of hard.
it's very difficult because they're
Here.
very picky.
Yeah.
And-
It's not as easy as St. Louis, you know.
Yeah.
St. Louis is so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've noticed that you guys have always kind of set up in the pavilion at times, and I bring my kids up to the park. I'll see you guys performing and whatnot, and just kind of, even just driving by, I'll kind of peek over and see if you guys are in here. Tell me about just doing the full DIY, fuck it, we're going to play wherever we are allowed to play. Tell me about that sort of DIY aesthetic that comes with your guys'
So
music.
how we kind of started coming up here was
Mhm.
just getting out of my basement.
Sure, yeah, go
Because
for it.
my mom had
Yeah.
another baby, and then so we had to be like quiet in the house
Mhm.
at certain times. So we decided, we can't really practice here all the time, so we need to get out. And here, you don't have to because we read the rules. You just come up, unless you're doing like an event like a birthday party, you gotta really rent it out. From what we were doing, we've never had any trouble. The police have actually came up like almost every time we're doing an event, and they have nothing to say except just keep it clean and be respectful.
Yep.
And we try to do that. So.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah, we definitely.
But definitely, it's just free to do up here, and it's right in the middle, and people will be coming through all the time, and
And
especially
one of the only spots with power in Troy.
Yeah.
That
too.
is true.
That is a big complication with this.
And it's
Helps
like
a
good
lot.
for rain. We've played in rain here.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Because
got
that outlet gets wet, so you
Yeah.
don't want to mess with that. This
Yeah,
outlet
you gotta
doesn't.
be the one over there
That,
by the
that's all
wall.
good.
That's
Once it
awesome.
gets too windy, then
Unless it gets too windy, yeah.
that's start blocking.
Do you guys usually draw a pretty good crowd where you just kind of set up and play and people
Oh,
just kind
a
of
few people
come
stop
out?
by here.
people will
Yeah,
stop by,
and
yeah.
every time we come up and practice, people stop by every time. It doesn't have to be like 10 people, but it's 5 to 4 people.
Mhm, yeah, the camera
And they just
can't
come
see
and
it, but
hang
we
out.
got 6 people back there.
Yeah, we got people hanging out.
I'll get everybody back here. Let's see. Get everybody. Yeah, we got a crowd here. I dropped my phone in the
There you go.
process. There we go.
It's always fun.
Yep.
It's always fun.
We're really involved with everybody, we feel like. So.
And
This is so
people will
sad.
come up and play the guitar sometimes
Yeah.
while we're taking breaks.
Yep. Yep.
And,
You'll just have random, some dude was just up here playing.
yeah.
Who's that?
I call him Jesus.
Oh, really?
He's a local
Just some guy.
too.
He hangs out around here. He comes up every once in a while. He's pretty cool. He's chill.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
does a lot of karaoke at the bars. He's a really
yeah.
good singer
Oh,
and
okay.
guitarist as well. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how we met Abby Brown. Also, she came
Take
up
care.
here one day
Really?
and
Oh,
just started playing, and that's probably how we connected with her. And now she plays shows with us occasionally.
Yeah.
That's
We're all
awesome.
good friends.
Is there any other bands locally that you guys are please check them out? That situation.
Anti-fashion. Yes, we cannot forget Anti-Fashion. Promote them
They
too.
have been the
They
best.
are literally like our brothers.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, 100%.
They came up recently, the beginning of last summer.
Uh-huh.
I feel like because Justice and Blake would come up here and just listen, and hang out and ask them questions, and I started seeing their Instagram Anti-Fashion.
They started a band.
And I was like, okay.
Like,
And it was like punk rock, like fast
They go
punk rock,
crazy.
like Green Day, Blink-182, and all that. And they're making their own originals now. And hit them up and get an interview with them
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot to tell you, I feel
Oh,
like.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And
I do
yeah.
think it's pretty crazy how many hardcore or more experimental bands are coming up out of this place.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Anti-Fashion
unheard of
for
for
sure.
years.
That's good.
They actually did a pop-up show at the Good Times Bar last week.
Yeah.
Around that time, and they did. Yeah, he was the sound guy, and I was the cowbell guy too. But they actually raised. It was in total $850 for the Troy Dream Center. If you know what that is, check out the Troy Dream Center, guys.
Mhm.
But they raised 850, I think.
Yeah,
around there.
A lot of money.
A big
Yeah.
number. A big
It
number.
was great.
That's
it was
awesome.
great. Yeah, just them.
Yep.
So
And again, I want to encourage everybody, if you're watching this, check out. There's a little poster back here, but it's
And then
it's
also
at Denny's. Yeah.
Dead Format. We'll mention them again. They're another local.
Yeah.
They've been here
Check
before
them
us.
out.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe hit them up for an interview as well. They can tell you about before them, possibly.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, that format would go great.
And then of course, Fever Pitch and Hank and Bomb the
Oh,
Public,
yeah.
all great bands.
I'm the Public's from Springfield, actually.
Yeah, they're from
Are they coming
Springfield.
down from
And
Springfield?
they're coming from
Yeah.
Springfield. And actually tonight they're playing in Kansas City. They have a show tonight in Kansas City. And then Dead Format has a show tonight in St. Louis somewhere or
Mhm.
St. Charles somewhere.
Hell
But
yeah.
Bomb the Public's coming straight from Kansas City to Troy, sometime I think either tonight or tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it starts at
Yeah.
5.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Do you guys have plans on recording an album or?
Oh yeah, we have our EP dropped. It dropped in January.
Yeah,
It
that's
dropped
just
in
a
last
track.
January.
Okay. Is that on streaming services?
It's on
Yeah,
every
it's on everything.
everything.
Spotify,
It's on
Apple
Bandcamp?
Music.
I don't think it's on Bandcamp.
Put it on
That's a
Bandcamp. I like promoting Bandcamp just because I want to
I
make
might have
sure
slapped it on there.
bands
Thought I
get
will.
the money.
It's
you
on
know.
all kinds. It's on Deezer. It's
Okay.
everywhere.
It's definitely on SoundCloud for sure. I might have put it on Bandcamp. I'll look
SoundCloud,
into that tonight.
Spotify, and YouTube and Apple Music is where we usually get a lot of
Yeah.
our streams.
Distro Bread, John Doe Band.
Yeah.
A John Doe Band was the first EP.
As for work in progress, we've got 1986
86,
singles
yeah.
been
The
our
single.
Yeah,
biggest.
we're
It's a
working on
single,
that one in the city.
which is that's a really big big song.
You want
that
to
I've
give
been
them a little
working
bit
on
of
for-
background on the name 1986?
Well, yeah. So a lot of the lyrics were taken out of a poem I found on the street. It was just a piece of paper I found on the street, and it was all in German. I was like, what does this say?
That's
And it
awesome.
was super cute. It was like really, really old. I don't understand it totally.
Mhm.
But it didn't make any sense to
Where'd
me,
you
but-
find it? Like around here?
No, it was in St. Louis.
Oh, it was in St. Louis, okay.
Yeah, it was just on the street.
Mhm.
And I picked out the few words that actually made sense, and I put them together. I was like, this is some cool stuff. And I was looking at like stuff from that time period, and I was reading about Chernobyl and all that, and that gave me a whole vibe to the song.
That's awesome.
The whole composition of it came after that. I was like, this is really like
That's
a
awesome.
whole vibe to it. So
Yeah. Where do you
maybe
usually
1986 to represent that.
Where do you usually draw most of your inspiration? Are you like a visual, movies or books or anything? Like what usually is it?
I read books for years. I don't so much anymore, but I read a lot of poetry.
Mhm.
We have a lot of poetry on our shelf. Yeah, it's pretty cool. On top of that, just listening to old emo music and like folk music. Elliott Smith was a big
Oh, yeah.
inspiration. When I was picking up guitar, I picked up the fingerstyle stuff on the acoustic. And yeah, just listening to that stuff gives me the inspiration. I don't know, it just comes to me.
Me too. I can agree with him on that. So.
Yeah.
What's your usual like when you're in creative mode? You set up, pull out your guitar. Are you notebook? Do you use your phone to kind of
Voice memos.
voice memos? Okay.
Honestly, a lot of the songs I've written, oddly, have come to me in my car. And I make a guitar in my car
Yep.
just for
On
that
break.
reason.
Mhm.
On break
yeah.
at
On
work.
break.
He sends us videos all the time.
I'll be driving
Like, I found this.
hours and I'm on a gas stop and I'm like, that's a melody I need to
Picks
record
his
real
little
quick.
car
you know?
guitar up.
Yeah.
And I'll record it a little bit. And yeah, that's where it all
That's
pinballs from there. It's
Do
pretty
you,
cool.
do you guys usually do like a basement setup to record your EP, or do you guys plan on?
Our
go-
EP was recorded through Joshua Braden of Dead
Dead
Format.
Format.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Music
on
Company on
studio.
Cherry Street.
Yeah, the
Anybody in
music,
Troy who doesn't know about Music Company on Cherry Street, if
It's-
you're interested in getting something recorded for not it's a reasonable price.
It's pretty cheap.
Of course.
Hit up
in
Josh
comparison
Braden.
to some of these bigger studios, and he's a really, really talented studio.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He mixed, recorded it. He did the whole 9 yards on it, the rest, and it was super cool. We're going for a more. He's recording 1986 also.
Yeah.
We're going for a more DIY sound on that one, like miking the amps and such.
Sure.
And, just a little bit rougher of a mix, but I think it'll be very cool nonetheless. He's a very talented man.
Oh yeah.
What style are you guys going with this new upcoming? Are you sticking with the sort of emo kind of
Yeah.
shoegaze?
Uh-huh.
It'll sound
Yeah.
more roots, like for sure. This next project after
A little bit more
1986.
bare bones.
Okay.
Trying to keep it as DIY as possible. I really like that idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna try to stick with the emo. I have a basic idea of an album to start working on after that. We have a list of songs that we play that don't have anywhere to go. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, as long as I can get a few more out in the next couple of years, we'll have an album in the mix. So.
Were you just naturally drawn to that sort of style of music? Have you thought about branching out to any other experimental type?
A
I
little
think
bit.
we do. I think we already do.
Yeah,
In
I
practice,
see.
we surely do. I think because we like to, like, you could say freestyle instrumental,
Sure.
and we be going like fast, like punk rock vibes, and then sometimes we'll even get a little jazzy even, and we really
There's
switch
just a
it
lot
up.
of Floyd inspiration between
Yeah.
me and him, so
Yeah.
like it gets a little like spacey and psychedelic, which is also part of the shoegazy side of it.
Yeah.
It's another
And then
aspect
some
we
just
bring
like
in.
more grunge, because Nirvana, like we said, Nirvana.
Punk.
you'll-
The punk genre is something I've been experimenting with a lot more.
Yeah.
That we're playing with punk bands, and
Yeah.
we've been covering
Yeah.
music a little bit.
It's sort of natural, like get attached and kind of soak everything in. I
So
can
that
see
would maybe be a different direction we go at some point, but
For now.
Has anybody asked you about the band name? Do you want to go into the details of it?
yeah.
I hate
We
being
could
that
go
guy,
into-
but
yeah,
I feel like
for
most
sure.
people are going to ask that anyway.
Well,
So.
the
We're
story's
standing right
funny.
here.
The story's really funny. We were right there, and it's like sundown. I remember the sky. The sunset was pink.
Yeah.
It was really pink. All right, and then it's getting darker, and we're talking about what we wanted to be. The first name we had was a John Doe band, and so we look it up. A John Doe band. There's already a John Doe band, so we're like, darn. So we're just thinking. I remember looking over that tree line, and I'm just like, neutral. And then I'm just like putting shit in my head together. I'm like, Gray. I'm like, Dominic, neutral gray. And he's like, yes.
but
And
we
like,
spell it funny.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. we spell it funny.
It's like a
you
name.
were
It's
like
more
the
like a
clouds
name
are
than it is
gray.
a color.
Gray.
Great, yeah. That's awesome.
You're like it came to you.
Sorry, I'm going through my questions if there's any.
Smart.
Yeah, I try and keep like a list of questions. Usually I'm just kind of rolling, but then most of the time it's like, oh yeah, let me.
Off the dome.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually how we got that EP name, A John Doe Band, because
Yep.
we couldn't use that, so we decided, let's use that for the EP.
What we were called, yeah.
So now you guys know a little bit.
Tell me about the sort of creative process. Are you trying to find just very sort of raw and honest, or do you try and keep it a little catchy as well? Try to
More
get it in
recently,
people's
we've
ear.
been experimenting with some just like, more like you were saying, raw stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But we always try to keep it catchy, just to get people to get
There's a
attached.
little bit of like, I think it just comes with the melody, you know,
That
like
too.
some words just flow.
Sure.
Well, like in casual where you just sit and stare towards the end, just sit and stare, and that's more like a punk-esque
Yeah.
sort
And
of
then we
thing.
definitely do some like time switch ups for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot
would
of, in
consider-
1986 specifically, we changed the tempo and time signature like 3 times.
I would consider that to be like raw. I would consider that to be more raw
Sure.
and different.
Sure, yeah. And what kind of drew the inspiration of that? Were you listening to, again, the jazz, being part of jazz band, or like
Everything.
Dillinger Escape
Emo.
Plan type shit, or
It's
even
everything
just,
at once and a lot of emo.
Emo,
on top.
screamo,
Emo, screamo.
And I even used to listen to like a lot of metal bands like Korn and stuff. That used
Sure.
to be a big part of my playlist.
course.
And they experimented with that type of stuff a lot, so it was already in my head.
Yeah.
For some
sure.
reason, I like naturally write in 3/4, so
Mhm.
it's pretty easy to change it up from there.
I can see that for sure. Would you be contribute with other songwriters or other bands to kind of link with and?
Yes.
That's funny you mentioned
yes.
that. That's
There
funny
might be
you
a little
mentioned that.
project in the works
Okay.
soon.
Very soon.
Maybe have you heard of the Get Up Kids?
Of course.
Yeah, there's a little album where we might be helping out.
That's
covering,
awesome.
but
I can't wait to hear that. That'd be cool.
It'll be a lot of fun to work on.
I don't know how much I can say about that right
That's fine. No, keep it vague
We'll
and
keep it like
get.
that. It'll be a lot of fun to work on, and keep an eye out.
now. Yeah.
There you go. Tell me about performing live. Have you had any crazy stories? Has everything been pretty much just basic? Still trying to.
I break a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem.
Do you get a moment where you're just like in the vibe of the music and then just kind of let it take over?
Something breaks, multiple things break.
Oh yeah.
It's been a process learning how to deal with stuff like that live. It really tests your ability to like move quick.
Last time I was getting
Improvise.
rained on at Denny's, I was getting rained on.
Yeah, it started raining. We had a tarp above us.
Uh-huh.
My strap broke at one of our previous shows.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That's wild.
My strap lock just came out, and I think it's about to do it again too. So I gotta do some work.
Fix that before tomorrow.
Yeah. Stuff happens at live shows that you don't even think about in practice.
True.
Any interactions with people like up on stage, they get a little too rambunctious and they try and really kind of step in.
Landon, that
Okay.
guy who was here earlier, he was at Denny's and he came in. He was like, "What the fuck's up, Denny's?" That's so funny. That's so great. But yeah,
I wouldn't say too
that's like the only thing.
rambunctious, but it's pretty cool. At the last Denny's show, Isaiah, lead singer of Anti-Fashion, he jumped up and just took my microphone
Yeah.
from me, started singing the words
Oh, yeah.
for me.
And
I was
then
like,
other
that's-
people from the
that's
crowd
cool.
joined in,
That's
and there was
awesome.
like 4 people on his mic while he was playing.
I was just soloing. I was like, that's awesome, dude. I didn't even gotta
So
sing.
we love it.
No, that's
Yeah,
cool.
we love it.
It's a very like punk was like. I mean, it's still kind of generating like that, where it's just like you can. My mic's your mic. Get up on stage. Let's
Yeah.
have this moment together.
Yeah.
It's not always like that, but I'm starting to see it a little bit more now, and I think it's
I
cool
love
that.
seeing it. I love
too.
seeing
Yeah,
it.
me too, for sure.
It's good to get everyone involved.
Do you guys do like? I've always been very much like a pre-show or post-show ritual kind of person. Do you guys have anything like that where you do like a chant? Do you listen to certain albums or certain songs? And
More recently, we've been starting to hang out, just make posters to hang up at the
yeah.
event.
Oh, there you go.
We just hang out like an hour before, 2 hours before, listen to
Yeah.
music that we like, listen to the songs we're going to play, just go over the set list a little bit. And actually, we'd like to draw on our set list as well.
Yeah.
Just do a little bit of art and then just throw it out after.
You just give it to somebody.
Yeah, give it to someone if they want it.
That's awesome. That's so cool, man. I love hearing that. I think I'm noticing you guys are like, again, you're getting comfortable with just performing live because once you start hitting the road, you're going to be, performing for, like you've already said, 5 people. Sometimes you'll play for a bunch of people. Sometimes you'll just be playing for the sound guy.
Oh,
You know
we've
what I
seen
mean?
it.
There's a
We've
lot
seen
of
it.
those.
especially like the out of town headliners, you know, they'll stay.
You ever been to CBGB?
Like, yeah, we once witnessed this shit. Like,
Yeah.
this band, everybody loves this band, and they were like third up, one band after them. And after that band left, they all followed the band to the back room, and we were just left with like, what, 10, 15 people?
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah, we were up
honestly.
front. We were up front, and this band, Gil, is amazing. This guy broke a string, and during the performance, fixed his string, tuned, and went back to playing.
Yep.
Shout out Gil, they're crazy.
That was
That's awesome.
Hopefully we get a show with Gil sometime. They're awesome.
I've had one show where it was in St. Louis. I think it was off of Cherokee Street. I might be butchering the name, 2323 or something like that, Cherokee. And it was a venue, and it had two levels, and they were doing a festival. And it was, you know, bands here, and unfortunately, it was one of those things where it was like, you got this band to go to, or you got that one to go to. There's no, like, you couldn't go from one to the next, so you actually had to make a choice, and that was a motherfucker for me, because it was like, I'm up against, like, some other band where I'm just doing electronic shit, you know, and all synthesizers and drum beats and fucking ravey shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got a band down there, like, fucking kicking ass. I'm like, fuck, I can't compete with that. So, you know, there's times where I'm, like, playing just for, like, one guy, maybe the sound guy, maybe someone's like, oh, it's not for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, those are good times. Yeah, they suck, but they're fun. So.
It's fun. It is all fun. It is all fun.
Yeah. And it's cool that you guys are, again, kind of getting comfortable with being out here and just kind of taking your time, because there's a lot of people that will try and they get a little anxious and then they want to start hitting the road right away and kind of go from here to here without kind of going, you know, you got to kind of like take your baby steps. Do you guys feel like you're kind of learning in the process and making connections with people, again, with couches you can sleep
That's
on?
exactly where we are, yeah.
That's smart.
I'm not scared of performing
No.
anymore. Certainly, like the mess ups sort of make the music.
Yes.
And we definitely be looking, we smile at each other. If there's any mess up, you guys see us smile at each other, they'll look back at me like,
It's definitely more so trying not to overwhelm ourselves.
Sure.
And booking too much
Yep.
and going crazy.
Yep.
Because we've seen that before. And
yep. Yeah, we're pretty booked right now.
That's awesome. No, it's good. And again, you're talking about being comfortable and staying comfortable, where, you know, the anxiety and the anxiousness of just getting up on stage could be a factor of, like, you know, oh fuck, I'm too nervous to get up on stage. Or do you guys ever have any of those moments, or are you just kind of like, this is it, I'm at home when I'm on stage?
That's exactly how we feel
Yeah,
right there
totally
with our
comfortable.
community, so.
Yeah.
I'll be a little nervous, but if they can do it, I can.
Are you the one that's like a little like, I'm still unsure?
I'm baby
Still
bass
my
player.
Yeah, I'm the baby bassist here. Not even a year in yet.
Oh, you're not even a year?
No, I got it back in like late November.
And he's alright.
Yeah, he's doing
great.
amazing.
Killing it, yeah. It's awesome.
All thanks to him. All thanks to him.
Yeah, I'll try and come out to one of the shows at least to get some footage
That'd be awesome.
to put on the podcast.
Tomorrow
page.
night
Yeah,
might
that'd
be
be cool.
some.
I think I'm
crazy-
definitely,
that's
yeah.
Gonna be,
I think tomorrow night, is that going to be outside of Denny's unless
Inside.
the weather changes? Oh, is it?
Well, if the weather, if the weather somehow changes, then
Yeah.
we'll be outside because we can
Okay.
be really loud, and then everything's whatever.
Sure.
Straight punk DIY.
Yeah.
Sure.
But if, like we said,
it's
inside
supposed
we
to be
gotta
raining
kind
all
of.
day.
Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah,
been
we'll
hearing.
definitely have to be a
So,
low
So
call
if we're inside, we only thing we really have to do is turn down a little
Talk about the
bit.
pits.
yeah.
You know, we can still be loud, but we can't be on the crazy side of loud. We're gonna be on the, you know, lower side of
Gotta
loud.
be level.
We're still gonna be
Uh-huh.
punk. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Got to get some limiters, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I know how
Yeah.
they get.
Everybody
so.
knows how our shows
I
go.
won't be using my big stack.
We're gonna
Yeah.
definitely respect Denny's and what they let
course.
us do. We're gonna
Yeah.
respect the building and all the customers in there as well. So you know,
What's your favorite go-to food when it comes to Denny's?
honestly, it's the lumberjack slam. For
There's a
me.
lumberjacks.
Yep.
Cinnamon roll pancakes.
Ooh.
They got these
Yep.
loaded tater tots with a bunch of random shit on them. Really good.
That's good shit. That's good shit, man. That's awesome. Let me see.
There was actually one more band I forgot to talk about. Midnight Sideshow. They're another little
yeah,
jazz
yeah.
band, and I've just joined them as their drummer, and they're kind of going through a transition period with figuring out what they're gonna do exactly, and a little more information on that coming soon. Midnight Sideshow.
Okay, cool.
Coming out.
Make sure I'm getting all my questions taken care of here.
Right on.
And then if you guys want to set up, I can record you guys playing just to kind of add it to the. It's up to you guys if you're
Yeah, we can do it
comfortable
after,
with that.
we can do it after all the questions
Yeah, we
for
can
sure,
do
man.
That'd be cool.
Do a little
A little
sneak
demo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just to give people a little
peek.
taste.
Freestyle. We can freestyle.
So-
We can do a song.
No.
I don't know about freestyle. Yeah.
What was the most unusual moment writing a song? Did you have a moment where it was like, what the fuck am I thinking this whole time while writing this? or has it been pretty much like, okay, this is pretty basic, but was there ever a moment like
You
it
know
just
what?
kind of came out of fucking nowhere and you're going, that was so odd, I'm gonna go ahead and put this to a song?
It was what am I to do?
There's anti-fashion
Yeah.
justice.
What's up?
Shout out anti-fashion.
What Am I to Do, the first song on our EP. It was genuinely one of the first songs I wrote for the band, I think. One of the first actual things I put together for it, more than just a riff. And that was such a crazy, like in my head, I was changing the tempo and I was going crazy. It was just all in my head on one session of playing the guitar in my car, straight up.
That's
I just
awesome.
strummed it all out and I was like, that's a crazy song. Even like the solo came to me. Like the doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, I was like, that sounds so
Before
good.
we even had a name, before we had anything, we played these songs,
Yeah.
We had like a good idea of what we wanted to do and a good like song inventory. Like we had like 3 or 4 songs that we kind of knew how to play, and that's when we put a label on, Neutral Gray, because we already had an idea, and then rhythm, and then, connections.
Yeah.
So that's when we
Yeah.
decided to put a label on it, was when we had that kind of ground, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much when we wrote the EP.
Yeah.
We had to come up with
Yeah.
a name to put it on DistroKid.
Tell me
We should just come up and play,
Yeah, tell me about being in band, because I had an experience in high school where the teacher put a lot of limit on, you know what I mean, like where you're talking about music and shit like that. They kind of like to, they weren't, I'm trying to find the right words to say, they weren't always like open, especially when I would talk about different styles and genres of music. They were very narrow. Tell me about your experience
For sure.
being in band or being in jazz band. Did you feel like you were able to grow, or
Yeah.
did they kind of box you in?
Actually, it was, I was able to
Really?
grow because, luckily for me, shout out Mr. Blankenship, and shout out Mr. Barczewski, and Mr. Pieper, and Mr. Michael, and Dr. Thomas, everybody, they're so open, and they help you out every way they can, and they're just great. So I encourage you, get into band, stick with it all the way through, and they're great teachers. Hopefully you get to interact with them, because like I said, they're amazing, and that's the opposite of what they do. They
That's right.
they let you grow, and they give you advice, and they help you in every way they can. Music related, not music related, extracurricular, not extra. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
just
sure.
amazing people, amazing teachers, and I really want to shout them out.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
No, thank you. That's awesome.
I'll shout out my teacher too. My teacher is Colin Keith of Dead
Dead
Format.
Format.
He gave me
Uh-huh.
vocal lessons and stuff
That's
for
cool.
like about a year. And then Marty Schwartz on YouTube.
There you go. That's awesome. And then you're basically.
He's my teacher.
There you go.
He's my
I love that. Shit, I just lost my question there for a second. No, I think I pretty much nailed it. My bad. Let's see. Tell me, do you guys kind of create ideas together where you have a song idea, vocal idea, or are you guys kind of like you have your own? Okay, I got the beat here, I got the rhythm, I got the the guitar, I got the lyrics here. Are you guys kind of like, you know what, this would be a good idea to throw out this lyric or this this different beat, or you know what I mean?
It's
Are you guys?
It's a lot of mix, but most of the
Okay.
time, especially what we got right now, he had a lot
Yeah.
of everything to do with it. I just kind of slapped some drums, but he would also give me like a beat. He would, say the beat, tell me what to do, and
Yep.
I'd do it right there for
Yeah,
him. And then,
we always figure, and then the breakdowns, I'll be like, stop. we have good chemistry.
Yep.
We like look at each other
yeah,
and know
and
what
then
to do.
we'll look
so
at each other and be like, go up. We get louder together,
Yep.
and then quiet too. It's the same.
It's pretty
That's
funny.
awesome. Tell me about your creative process, especially right in the beginning, where you kind of sitting in your room on the floor, in the basement. Did you have like a tape recorder? Were you kind of recording any ideas on computer? Like, tell me about how you were kind of generating your ideas and your inspiration.
My first recordings personally were on GarageBand. I would put them in there and I'd do my vocal melodies
Yeah.
and figure out what I could do there.
Sure,
But
yeah.
after that, I just started using voice memos and I would record our songs on that, and that's what's on SoundCloud now, which is like a lot of our stuff is just
They're not
straight out of my
terrible
voice
recordings.
memos.
Right.
They're really iPhone really does a good job.
does
with
a
the
bang-up
microphone.
job
The
on
drums
that.
specifically,
Yeah.
it really does a good job.
With an old beat up drum set.
Yeah.
It wasn't even beat up. It's just not the greatest.
It would probably be better with a nicer drum set, to be honest.
Well, we got
I think
everything,
everything
like
would be
new
better.
cymbals. We got new cymbals, new
Oh.
snare, like bass kit added, like a bunch of stuff into the bass. So it's like a whole different drum set almost.
What I would do though is I would record. We would do a few takes recording on voice memos. I'd go through, I'd pick out the best ones where we didn't mess up as much, or where I played the parts right, and then I threw it on SoundCloud and just listened to it a bunch. we worked on the music. We
Gotcha.
listened to it, anything we messed up, we're like,
Sure.
okay, we gotta fix that.
That's a good idea.
And yeah, that's
What would be
pretty cool.
your draw or your dream gear? Like something that you've looked up and you're like, I hope to get that in the future and add it to.
That's complicated, because I really like my gear.
Yeah.
I really, really like my gear. I need another mixer because it's only got left audio,
Sure.
which really, really sucks. I've been looking at some really, really nice mixers, but any 6-channel mixer is ideal. And then vocals, we've always run through guitar amps.
That's smart.
It's been, see, I really like it. The lead singer of Anti-Fashion has this big Behringer guitar amp, and he runs his vocals through it. It's got two 12-inch speakers, and it's the craziest thing ever. It's so loud. Better than any PA I've ever heard.
Oh yeah,
And
that
so
goes crazy.
definitely something like that has been something I've been looking forward to for a while.
Me too. I think
Got a Marshall combo amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
I get on an adult-sized drum set. That's like a children's-sized drum set. But like I said, I've upgraded the thrones, all different cymbals. Like the hi-hat's new, all cymbals are new, and yeah, I put little mutes over the toms. It's literally just pillowcases.
That's how I
And I've got like pillows and blankets shoved into the bass drum.
Yep,
like
I've done that.
No room, and then
Nothing's
new bass
cool.
pedal. And I actually am missing a piece of the bass pedal, so I'm
Which
gonna get a
sucks.
new bass pedal. And then the only thing that I need is a new bass drum and
Yeah,
new
the
toms.
new bass itself.
Yeah, other than that, everything's new. Everything's upgraded.
That's awesome. Is there any piece of gear where you're like, dude, I'll fucking add that shit to my setup? Any gear? Anything that you've looked up to, like Neil Peart setup or something like that?
I'll never, ever get rid of this piece of wood because my buddy who gave me these cymbals just had it on there, and his name is Luke White, and he actually is a little content creator. Shout out Luke White on Instagram. But yeah, this little piece of wood will be everywhere with me.
That's awesome.
You know, it'll never leave. Never leave till I die, so.
That's cool.
Same with that guitar amp, that carbon amp over there. That is a lot of my guitar sound.
That's cool.
That is genuinely, that's something I plan on keeping forever,
Yeah.
assuming it lasts that long. It's from the 80s, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really, really old thing.
How did you get that? Was that like a...
I found it in some random dude's storage unit. He had a for sale sign in front of it. So I walked in, I was like, what do you got in here? And he said $200 for that. I was like, that's like expensive. Are you sure?
Are you sure you know?
And it fit perfectly in my little hatchback, so I was like, I gotta take it. I gotta take it.
You have to get it. That's cool.
And yeah, it's got the
Awesome for
most.
us. Works
It's
great.
so imperfect. It's perfect. You know.
That's what you need. You need that sort of balance where it's like, again, with the raw and the honesty with your sound as well.
The sustain
DIY.
area doesn't even work. It's just the normal channel. And the volume knob is like, it's 0 and then it's 10. So
One of those.
yeah. Like the rest of it doesn't even matter. It's
Yep.
just
Yep. I had something like that with an old analog synthesizer where it just if you go just a little bit, it just like
it's
it'll
like
just blow out
your ears out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let me do one last question, then you guys can set up and perform it. I'll go and film it. What words of advice do you have to anybody who's starting up a band? I know you guys are still kind of finding your footsteps and just getting comfortable with everything.
Yeah.
What words of wisdom would you have?
What I would say for sure is don't be afraid to get out there and talk to people. Because most of the time they're probably just as scared as you. But what you need to do is, like I said, just get out there, talk to people, expand your network, and just start telling people what you're about, what you're doing. And then most of the time you're going to get a good response. And most of the time you're going to find somebody who's in a band trying to promote their stuff too. And so what you can do with that is grow a little community like we've started and start something even bigger. Bigger than music, you know. That's all I have to really say. Just get out there and talk, don't be afraid.
One of my biggest halts when I was first starting was I would sit there and look at my lyrics and say, will people like this? Will people like this? And it was the worst thing. Just say your stuff, man. Say exactly what you want. And it shouldn't matter.
Be yourself.
Just be yourself.
I gotta say is, no matter what, someone out there will like what you're doing. There's fans for every type of music out there. If you're a little niche, be you.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be haters too, but who cares what they say?
Hell yeah. Fuck the
They're only
hate.
hating because they can't relate. Like, everybody wants to be a part of something. That's how I feel.
That's smart. Yeah. It's a great community out here in Troy. I love what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for taking time to be on my podcast. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Are we ready?
No.
You on?
This battle is out of my hands. Time feels sick, my ass.